Obviously excited, start of college basketball. What an awesome time in the year right now. And our guys have worked extremely hard. And, we have a tough challenge ahead of us on Tuesday night, playing Arkansas Little Rock. They won the league 2 years ago. Obviously last year was a crazy season for everyone. Coach Walker is a very good coach. And, they play a winning style of basketball. They really guard you. They got a lot of length and athleticism. And offensively, they get the shots they want. They have a really good post player in Marich, and they got a bunch of other weapons on their team. So it's going to be a challenge for us. The hardest thing to do in college basketball is to win on the road. And, our guys are looking forward to the challenge and the opportunity. And, I'm looking forward to coaching them and watching them compete Tuesday night.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to open it up for questions, and we'll go first to Matt Barney.
Morning, Coach. Health-wise, how are Ben and Trent doing?
They're doing pretty good. Both those guys have been able to practice we practiced Sunday, yesterday, so they should be able to practice today as well. So we're hoping that they're available for the game Tuesday night as long as everything goes smooth today's practice.
This being Ben's former team, how is he handling things and how has he helped you in your preparation, especially since this is your first game of the season?
Yeah, he's, in terms of how he's handling everything, he's doing fine. I think he's just looking forward to playing, for SIU and having the start of college basketball. Obviously he's been a little frustrated with his hamstring, not being able to practice for the last 3 weeks. So I think he's really just happy to be back on the court. And then with the preparation stuff, he's been able to help us just in terms of, tell us a little bit about, how they're, how they play to their strengths and offensively and defensively. I think they have a couple different players as well, and they've done some different things, I think. So, with the first game of the year, the scout is kind of hard because you don't know what the team's been working on throughout the summer, throughout the fall. They're going to run a new offense, put a new type of zone defense in. So, I think that part's been a little difficult, but, for Ben, I think mentally and physically, he's just ready to play.
Are you planning to redshirt any of your freshmen, Bryan?
Right now we haven't had that discussion with our guys. We're going to evaluate here through these first couple weeks and then kind of have a discussion, with our freshmen or with anyone else in terms of that possible scenario.
I know in your first 2 years you haven't redshirted anybody. I guess what plays into that for you? Because you see some coaches say all the freshmen are going to get redshirted. Some say we're going to play everybody. What goes into that process for you?
Yeah, well, I think a redshirt year is extremely beneficial for everyone in college basketball, and you see it. You see it nowadays with having 5th and 6th year seniors, and you see how much the experience helps, and you see it in professional sports. You see guys come into the NBA or the NFL and need a year to kind of get used to terminology, get used to the speed of the game, the strength of the game. So it's definitely beneficial anytime you get a year to develop, an extra year, and that's kind of where we would be at if we feel like a guy needs another year, or maybe he might not be in the rotation where he's getting 15, 20 minutes a game, and a year of development would help him. Then I think that would be the conversation we would have.
And then last one for me, Coach, kind of a blanket statement here, but what's the Salukis' biggest strength and what's the thing that you feel you need to work on the most into this season?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think our biggest strength is hopefully our connectedness on both sides of the ball, playing as a team, being unselfish, helping each other on defense, making the extra pass on offense. And our weakness, I think just for our group and what I've been talking to them about every single day, really since the summer is, can we, control everything we can control? Can we be consistent in those areas that win games in terms of rebounding, defense, taking care of the ball, and do it for 40 minutes? In terms of the exhibition game, I thought we played a good first half, and the second half we didn't play as well. And when you go on the road, you got to play winning basketball. You got to have great shot selection. You got to block out every single possession. You got to make great post passes. All those little things add up. So, in terms of those, toughness things and, the winning basketball things, that's where I think we just need to be consistently at a high level if we want to be a championship team this year.
Thanks, Bryan.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. And we'll go next to Jake Siegel.
Hi, Coach. Good morning. I know you just mentioned, you said win on the road is the toughest thing in college basketball. Is it good for your team to be tested early?
Yeah, you're breaking up. I think you ended with saying if that's good for us to be tested early. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be tested the game after versus Austin Peay versus Colorado. So, I think for sure. And then when you get into the Valley, if you're not tested in the non-conference, I think you're setting yourself up, for a rude awakening once you enter the Valley schedule. So for us, it's going to be great. Obviously going on the road right away, playing against a really good team and finding out about ourselves and then trying to continue to get better. The point of the non-conference schedule is prepare you to win a championship in the Missouri Valley Conference. And I think this schedule definitely will do that for us.
What are some ways you're trying to motivate your team this year?
Man, our guys are pretty motivated. They can't wait for the season. I mean, they want to win a championship. All these guys, I think we got 8 of our 13 players have won state championships in high school. Most of them are the winningest players in their, high school's history. JD went to the, Hutch, the National Junior College Tournament. Not really motivate them, I would say, because all they want to do is win and do it together. I think just, continue to develop them, continue to get them better, and continue to show them what it takes to win on a daily basis is the biggest thing we've been doing. Show them all the little things that, we can't take a possession here or a possession there off. That turnover in the first 10 minutes of the game means as much as it does in the last 2 minutes of the game. So those are the things that, as we continue to get older in this program and have more experienced guys, the maturity factor plays a big role in that. And then the players start to take accountability and ownership of the program.
It seems like that exhibition game a couple weeks ago was like forever ago. How much focus have you put on the film from that game? And is any of that hopefully going to translate into your opener?
Yeah, I mean, we had an exhibition game, then we have a scrimmage game that same week. So using those two films to be able to show our guys kind of where we're at, where we need to get to. Obviously it was disappointing that we had a couple guys out for those scrimmages and exhibition games, and just in terms of having the full team available. But it was great for us. Obviously, anytime you get a chance to go against someone other than yourself, after our guys have been playing against each other for 5-6 months, it's always beneficial. And now leading up to the real thing here tomorrow night, I think it gives our guys a dress rehearsal in terms of, just being ready and being more prepared to play Tuesday night.
So now you go through all this offseason stuff. Does the buzz inside the locker room, does it finally feel that game day is almost here at this point?
Yeah. I think, these last, really since the exhibition game and then the scrimmage, and then we had this week of practice this past week, I think everyone's, understanding that it's here, that it's not, a month away, 2 months away, that, it's 4 days away, 3 days away, it's tomorrow, so I think that, they're so excited. They can't wait. So I don't think we have to, talk to them or get them excited about playing tomorrow night. That's for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.
Thanks, Jake. And we'll go finally to Todd Hefferman.
Good morning, Bryan. What makes Little Rock great defensively? They give up, almost 44%. Their rebounding margin's pretty good. They don't have a ton of steals, but they held their opponent under 70 points 17 times last year.
Yeah, well, they have great length, and they do an excellent job of making threes tough and making layups tough. They take away the pain, and then they try to run you off the three-point line, and they do it with great effort every possession. So, those two things will allow you to be a good defensive teams if you can do it consistently in terms of not giving up open threes and not giving up layups.
Well, the three-point shot's a big part of your offense potentially. I guess how important is it that Kyler becomes someone they gotta worry about and open up some room for your guys?
Yeah, we just every time we touch the paint offensively, good things happen for us, and we can't settle for quick contested threes or tough twos. We just got to do a good job moving the ball and establish a paint touch presence. Whether it's Kyler posting up deep in that paint, whether it's Lance getting a paint touch, Marcus getting a paint touch, we got to try to play inside out, and give us a little bit momentum offensively. And then we just got to obviously make sure we take care of the ball.
I guess how well did Kyler play in the exhibition and the scrimmage? I guess what have you seen from him? He's gotten a little bit leaner this year. Looks like he's a little stronger.
Yeah, he's had a great summer and fall. He's been available every day. He's been on the court. He's been able to get better. He's done a great job with his body, and I thought he played well in both those opportunities. With JD and Anthony, he didn't play heavy minutes, but I thought he was really productive in the minutes that he played. So, I know he's excited, and I'm looking forward for him to have a good game tomorrow night.
Could you see switching those three a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I think it gives us a lot of versatility at that position, and then Anthony can kind of play some four as well. So, just the versatility depending on, the matchups, who's on the court for the other team, what we're trying to do offensively or defensively. I definitely think, that will help us and also keep those guys fresh and be able to play at their best when they're on the court.
How has it been incorporating Ben, him finding his shot and getting out there with the guys and trying to play with them for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, he's an awesome young man, and he's a great locker room guy, and the guys love him. So, I wish he was available these last couple of weeks in terms of just, playing against other teams, getting into real game settings with him just because he is new to our system. But, he knows how to play basketball. He's been around college basketball. So it's not that new to him. And, I think he'll be fine, come tomorrow night, as long as everything goes, smooth with practices and stuff.
And how would you describe their forward? Nikolai Maric, 6'10", 250, is he a real powerful player, or is he can step out and shoot it too, can he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very, very good player, probably, a top big guy around the country, because he can score in multiple ways. He can score from 18 feet out. He can take you off the bounce. He can score with his back to the basket. He's a very, very good passer. If you double team him, he can hit the skip. He can hit guys cutting to the basket. He rim runs. He's just a very mobile, athletic, high IQ, skilled basketball player. So he presents a lot of matchup problems. Obviously they play through him a ton. So he's a big focal point for him.